Have you ever been at the airport, bags packed, boarding pass in your hand, ready to finally start your trip, and then you hear it? The gate agent picks up the microphone and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this flight has been oversold, and we are looking for volunteers." In that moment, your stomach drops and time seems to slow down. Everyone around you freezes, looking at each other, hoping somehow this doesn't apply to them. Some passengers pretend not to hear it. Some start whispering nervously, and a few walk up to the desk trying to figure out what will happen. Most people have no idea that in this moment there is actually a system in place that can work in their favor, and many travelers walk away with nothing simply because they don't understand how it really works. If this happened to you today, would you know what to do next? This is the question that will determine whether this stressful moment becomes a problem or an opportunity. Airlines intentionally sell more tickets than there are seats. It might sound unfair, but it's completely legal and it is based on simple math. Every day, some passengers miss their flights. Some arrive late, some have changes in their plans, and some simply never show up. Airlines expect this and overbook flights to make sure every seat is filled. Most of the time, this works perfectly, and flights depart full without incident. But occasionally, everyone shows up. That is when the problem arises. More passengers and seats means the airline must find a solution quickly because every flight is scheduled down to minute, and delays can affect the entire network. At this point, the gate agent begins the process of asking for volunteers. They will make an offer, usually starting small, maybe a $200 travel voucher, and wait to see who raises their hand. If no one volunteers, the offer goes up $400, $600, $800, and sometimes over $1,000. Many travelers panic and either refuse or accept the first offer without thinking through the details. But calm, observant travelers have an advantage. They watch the process, they listen to the offers, and they make decisions based on knowledge and patience. The airline wants someone to volunteer quickly, but passengers who understand this can turn it into a situation that works in their favor. If no one volunteers, the airline may involuntarily remove a passenger from the flight. This is when federal rules come into play. Depending on how much your new travel arrangement delays your arrival, you may be entitled to compensation. Many passengers assume that if they're removed from a flight, they have no choice but to accept whatever is offered. That is not always true. If the substitute flight arrives later than a certain amount of time after your original scheduled arrival, the airline may have to provide a cash payment instead of a voucher. The key detail most people overlook is that arrival time, not departure time, determines how much compensation you may receive. Airlines often highlight the departure time because it sounds good to the passenger, but if the new flight includes a long connection or slower route, the arrival could be hours later. That delay can significantly change the compensation owed. Airlines often prefer to give vouchers instead of cash. It keeps the money within their system and encourages you to fly with them again. For frequent travelers, this may not be a problem, but for passengers who want immediate compensation, cash is usually an option. Understanding this detail can make a huge difference in the moment. Another factor that affects whether a passenger is chosen for involuntary removal is check-in time. Passengers who check in early often have a higher priority because airlines usually determine boarding and removal order based on ticket type, frequent flyer status, and check-in order. Checking in as soon as it opens may not guarantee immunity from being bumped, but it can improve your position. Many travelers also forget that if they pay for extras like seat selection or checked baggage, they may be entitled to a refund if those services are not provided due to the disruption. Airlines are required to refund these additional fees, yet many passengers overlook this and miss out on simple compensation. Paying attention to these small details can help you recover money that is rightfully yours. Another important aspect is evaluating the alternative flight the airline offers. Sometimes a new itinerary simply does not work for your schedule. If that happens, you may be able to request a refund instead of being forced to accept a change. Knowing your options in advance gives you confidence in the moment and allows you to make decisions without panic. Passengers tend to react to oversold flight announcements in 3 ways. Some immediately panic and rush to the desk. Others argue with the airline staff. A third group remains calm, observes, and waits for the right moment to make a decision. Those who stay calm often have the best outcome. They see how the offer increases, calculate whether their schedule allows flexibility, and make a strategic choice that benefits them. Patience and observation in that moment can lead to a much better result than reacting impulsively. Airlines operate under pressure to leave the gate on time. They want to resolve the oversold situation quickly, which creates a sense of urgency for passengers. Travelers who remain calm and informed can navigate the situation with confidence rather than stress. Asking the right questions is another key strategy. What time will the new flight arrive? Is it direct? How does it fit into my schedule? Simple questions like these provide clarity and help passengers make informed decisions. Oversold flights are a sign of how full air travel has become. Airlines aim to fill every seat because empty seats mean lost revenue. For travelers, flexibility can sometimes turn a stressful situation into an advantage. Accepting a reward for volunteering on a later flight may provide a substantial benefit for those whose schedule allows it. For passengers who cannot afford a delay, knowing how to request proper compensation can prevent being shortchanged. The important lesson is that understanding the process makes a huge difference. Instead of feeling powerless, informed passengers recognize their options. Calm observation, asking questions, checking arrival times, reviewing optional services, and considering volunteer offers are all tools that help navigate oversold situations. The moment that initially feels like a nightmare can become a manageable, even profitable experience. Each traveler has different priorities, but the underlying principles remain the same. Patience, awareness, and understanding the rules create the best outcomes. The next time you hear your flight is oversold, take a deep breath. Look at the options carefully. Decide based on knowledge, not fear, whether you choose to volunteer, ask for cash compensation, or stay on the original flight. Knowing the system gives you control. Air travel will always include surprises. Flights change, schedules shift, and disruptions happen. But travelers who understand the system feel far less stress, make better decisions, and often recover rewards or compensation others miss. Knowledge and patience at the gate can transform a moment of uncertainty into an opportunity, and being prepared ensures you never feel powerless when the airline announces an oversold flight. Travelers who are calm and informed navigate oversold flights better than those who panic. They ask the right questions, consider arrival times, request refunds for missed extras, and evaluate offers strategically. Being aware of your rights and options gives you confidence and helps you make decisions that suit your schedule. These moments are stressful for most passengers, but for those who understand how airlines operate, oversold flights can be a situation to handle with intelligence, patience, and advantage. By staying calm, asking questions, and understanding the rules, you turn a moment of anxiety into an experience where you control, make smart decisions, and potentially receive benefits that many travelers miss. Knowing these insights makes all the difference. It transforms uncertainty into opportunity and stress into informed action. The next time you hear your flight is oversold, you will understand exactly what is happening, what your options are, and how to make the situation work in your favor. Instead of panic, you will have knowledge. Instead of frustration, you will have control. This is what separates the travelers who walk away stressed from the travelers who walk away calm, compensated, and confident. Air travel is complex, but a little understanding and patience at the gate can make a huge difference in how your journey begins and ends.